Thank you. Good morning and welcome. You met me last week, but my name is Mike Frankham and I serve on your Fellowship Board of Directors. Thank you for being here today, and a warm welcome to any visitors joining us. Please feel free to stay after the service, and whether you're online or in person, have some coffee, join some conversation. Please check the UUFA website and watch for weekly emails for a complete schedule of various opportunities to connect throughout the week. On behalf of this caring, nurturing congregation, I welcome you to this sacred space. We invite you into an experience of transformation, hope, renewal, and connections, which may inspire you to understand life in new ways. Thanks for joining today.
Our opening words this morning are from Marge Piercy, and this is a responsive reading. Connections are made slowly. Sometimes they grow underground.
You cannot tell always by looking what is happening.
More than half a tree is spread out in the soil under your feet.
Penetrating quietly as the earthworm that blows no trumpet.
Fight persistently as the creeper that brings down the tree.
Spread like a squash plant that overruns the garden.
Gnaw in the dark and use the sun to make sugar.
Weave real connections, create real notes, build real houses.
Live a life you can endure. Make love that is loving.
Keep tangling and interweaving and taking more in. A thicket and bramble to the outside, but at last interconnected with rabbit runs and burrows and bears.
Live as if you like yourself, and it may happen.
Reach out, keep reaching out, keep bringing in.
This is how we are going to live for a long time. Not always.
For every gardener knows that after the digging, after the planting, after the long season of tending and growing, the harvest comes.
We light this chalice in honor of the connections that we make, both seen and unseen. Please rise now in body or spirit for our opening song. We are the rising sun.
This is a song that I learned at GA once upon a time when it was held in Minneapolis. And so you have to, I guess we do have the words. They're kind of cheating and giving you the words here. But so the 4 lines all start with we are the. And so we are the rising sun. Can you say that?
We are the rising sun.
We are the change.
We are the change.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
And we are dawning.
And we are dawning.
Yeah, okay. And then, so if you are so inclined and able to, there are some step actions. So if the kids want to get up, and we're going to, in rhythm, we're just going to step back and forth. And so this is how the tune goes. You can repeat it after me. We are the rising sun.
We are the rising sun.
We are the change.
We are the change.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
And we are dawning, and we are dawning. So you're just going to have to catch up with me. So we're going to step, step, kind of like a heartbeat. Step, 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 slap, slap. Okay. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. So we're going to stop reading it and start feeling it, because we know these words. Don't even look at the screen. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. We are the rising sun. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. We are the rising sun. Say it like you mean it. We are the change. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are dawning. Good job, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Riley. I am your RE helper. My same couple of announcements from every single week. If you would also like to read, please send me an email. We would definitely love to have some new faces up here to read, as well as we are resuming again our Wednesday night potlucks. And then again, we will have it at Wednesday this week, and it starts at 6 p.m. So we would love it if everyone could attend. Thank you. And our book for this week is My Best Friend. I understand. I have a new friend, and her hair is black, and it shines, and it shines, and she always laughs at everything. She is so smart, and when I say la la la, she says la la la. And then we laugh and turn our hands into ducks and run away quacking. Sometimes when we are feeling quiet, we sit under a big tree. Then she can turn the leaves into skeleton hands. She picks away all the greens until, boo! It is a creepy hand that is chasing me through the garden. And when I step on the flowers, she helps me fix them, sort of. If you twirl them together, they can lean and look like we never squashed them. Only maybe a little. She is my best friend, I think. I've never had a best friend, so I'm not sure. But I think she's a really good best friend, because when we were drawing, she drew me and I drew her, and then we made hearts around it. Did you know that when you have a best friend, it is really fun when you are hiding? But it is hard not to make noise. So we sat scrunched up under the bush and laughed into our knees. She really likes laughing. She laughed for the whole entire day, especially when I pretended to be a pickle. She really, really liked that. I think I know we are best friends because she loves strawberry ice cream. And I hate strawberry ice cream. And we are still friends even then. So that is something good. Tomorrow, I think we will write our names in big letters on the sidewalk, and it will say, best friends. And then there will be a smiley and a heart, and my name will be in red, and her name can be in green, if green is what she likes. And I will write mine in my fanciest writing, and she will write hers in her own best letters. Or maybe her name is Triflo. I'm not sure about her name, but I will ask her tomorrow, and she will tell me then, because we are best friends. The end. All right, it is now time to lead the children out for our RE classes for the day. Thank you.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Leaving with my friends, leaving with my friends. I'm gonna let it shine, leaving with my friends. I'm gonna let it shine, leaving with my friends. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Will you join me now in a time of prayer and meditation? And our meditation this morning is from Stephen Kendrick. We are here to face the truth about ourselves, about this faith we love, and the ways it presently serves others and the world. We are here as well to open ourselves to ways it can be better and more joyfully reflect our potential and core values. We want to know the ways we are bound to one another, as well as to larger religious movements, normally beyond our sight and vision. We say we are open and diverse, yet it is too easy to feel stuck in old paths and stubborn habits, reflecting not so much tradition as our comfort. We want to answer the call to service, to a world that needs our message, our hope, our revived energy. We are gathered here to learn, to unlearn, to hear, and to move forward. May it be so, and amen.
Ours is a welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are amplified, a caring community where our sorrows are lessened, a spiritual community where we find meaning. It is a tradition in our community to take this moment to share our joys and sorrows and concerns and acknowledge the mutual support of our community. It is a time of sharing and not a time for announcements. If you would like, you may come forward to the microphone, state your name, share a joy or sorrow, and I will light a milestone candle for you.
Well, I'm Kay Berger, and I would like to just share a joy. As we were driving down 13th Street today from North Crest, we saw a herd of deer. Maybe there was 17, 18 of them with a little baby deer following. And it was such a joy to see them trotting along, and we just I just stopped the car and watched them go. It was wonderful. Thank you.
I'm Laurie Kierson, and this is Sue. You probably don't recognize her when she's not asking for money or saying thank you for giving money. But tomorrow we celebrate 63 years of marriage, and they've all been great.
What I really want to say is that is an outrageous number. And so we're thinking of celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day instead.
My name's Jessica. My husband Ken is over there. So this week we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. And this past week we did our first IUI treatment to try and have a baby together. So it's an exciting time, and yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Robin. This hip is now 18 days old, and I can walk this far without a cane.
Now we will have a moment of silence while the tech crew makes the shift to online classroom. The message will appear in chat online. They are ready for you.
There. I think if you speak, it'll. Well, did you want to say something? Oh, never mind. I thought you did.
Go ahead.
It's good to see all of you here today. Many of you were attending the Bernie Gerstein Memorial yesterday or in the evening. And I think if you hear me, as you hear me talk, you've been very nice. I didn't come. And first wanted to stay on with me, which I appreciated because it's been a long haul. Yeah. And thank you, all of you, for keeping in touch with me just as much as I needed, which means, just right. Thank you.
hold in silence in our hearts, let us share a moment of silence together.
I know this rose will open. I know my fears will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. We're going to sing this once in unison and twice as a round. And I will lead this half of the aisle in the round, and then Amy will lead the other half, and she'll show you when to come in. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fears will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open.
This reading is from the now retired UU minister, Jackie Clement. Last summer, my husband John and I were canoeing in New Hampshire. At the end of a trip around the lake, I climbed out of the canoe first, had one foot in the lake and one foot in the canoe, and that's when things went wrong. While taking my foot out of the canoe, I caught my heel on the edge. Losing my balance, I instinctively reached for the most solid thing within my grasp, the canoe. There are times when grabbing onto what appears most solid and stable is exactly the wrong thing to do. When I resurfaced, I saw my husband sitting in 1.5 feet of water, fishing his glasses out of the lake bottom. In my attempt to save myself, I took an innocent bystander down with me. I tell this story not to demonstrate my lack of boating expertise, but to say that I understand the emotional impetus to grab onto what seems most stable and solid when the world is tipping us off our feet. In religious terms, we might say we are driven to hold ever more tightly to our beliefs when we are under stress. Like grabbing a canoe for stability, depending on belief to keep us from going under, is to grasp at the wrong thing. It is not our belief that we need to hold on to, but our faith. Though the two are often taken to mean the same thing, there is a subtle and critical difference. Faith is a deeply seated confidence, vital to our very existence. Belief is only what we think is true, though we wouldn't stake our lives on it. Faith leaves room for mystery. Belief does not. As Albert Einstein wrote in his personal credo, the most beautiful emotion we can experience is the mysterious. Sometimes what seems most solid and stable is only an illusion of stability. Things that appear most ethereal, that may seem to be the toughest to grasp, are in fact the most stable and secure. Love, faith, and community may seem to be intangible ideals, but if nurtured, they can serve as the very bedrock of our lives. Beliefs can fall away, but the things that seem most insubstantial, perhaps because they can be the hardest to come by, have the greatest worth and provide the steadiest base.
We will now give and receive the offertory. Please know that this morning half of the non-pledge offering here in Fellowship Hall will be donated to the Ames Community School District to help students in need. The district seeks to empower students of all situations to their potential, and they further this goal through student and family advocates that serve as resource liaisons, the Hope Pantry, where food and clothing donations are distributed, and assistive school lunch programs. Contributions this month will specifically go toward these programs. The other half of the offertory will support programs here in our fellowship that make this a community of transformation. We'll pass the baskets here in Fellowship Hall, but if you're joining us on Zoom today, please visit uufames.org/give to support these and other causes important to this beloved community. If you are visiting today, please know that your presence is gift enough. Thank you.
For our offertory music today, I'm going to be playing a song by Brooks Williams, and he gave me special permission to sing this song. He is a folk singer-songwriter from the UK. You might recognize the words to this because the lyrics are based on a J.R.R. Tolkien poem. It's called All That Is Gold. All that is gold does not glitter. All who wander are not lost. The oak that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not touched by frost. From the ashes of fire shall be awoken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Those who bring peace shall walk lightly. Though the road be long, they will find rest. Often the silence speaks the loudest. The unclenched fist is still the best. From the ashes of fire shall be awoken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Those who seek truth shall not be sorry. Those who hope shall have new sight. Happy are those who do show mercy. The candle shines the brightest
shall spring. All that is gold does not glitter. All who wander are not lost. The oak that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not touched by frost. All who wander are not lost. Deep roots are not touched by frost.
Thank you, Deb. And good morning, Ames. My name is Reverend A.J. Galazin. My pronouns are he and his, and I'm your interim minister. For anyone who is interested, an interim minister is a temporary mediating connection between the past and the present, a fellow traveler who helps prepare for what comes next. The future. Last Sunday was my Sunday off, and I was able to spend time at my home in Wisconsin. We are several weeks ahead of Iowa in the rhythm of seasonal change, and the fall color was breathtaking. I confess I'm a leaf peeper. This is my favorite time of year. Warm days and cool, clear nights. Soon the wind and the rain will strip the trees bare. But I can enjoy the spectacle once again in a few weeks here in beautiful Ames, Iowa. I drove down from Wisconsin to Cedar Falls for our annual ministers' retreat and enjoyed a lovely reunion with my colleagues, many of whom I hadn't seen for years since before the pandemic. So to prepare for the meeting, I made a list of all the people I hoped I would see, everyone I knew, as many names as I could remember. I was eager to reconnect, to find out how I still belonged. Not everyone showed up, but I was greeted by many smiles and hugs of joy, and even by some people I had forgotten. Surprise, I know you. Last month, our worship theme was belonging. And I wondered, how do we recognize each other when we gather? To me, a welcome with outstretched arms and a hearty hug is worth 1,000 hellos. But that's not the only way to greet. As a student of Buddhism, I may place my palms together and gently bow to you in a namaste position. Thich Nhat Hanh says this represents the Buddha in me, recognizing the Buddha, the source of loving kindness within you. Or we can shake hands while reaching out to each other. We can fist bump. At first, I was a little uneasy with it, but now I see even President Biden can fist bump. We can elbow bump. And if all else fails, we can say, old school, how do you do? Our theme for October is courage. And today I want to focus on the kind of courage it takes to be part of the beloved community. Let's admit it. Churches and religious organizations can be very scary places. We may not understand what is really behind this gathering of people and ideas, and what possible way we might fit in and become part of it. It takes guts to leave the comfort of home on Sunday morning and visit a strange place. One essential purpose of every living thing, including organizations, is a desire to grow. And of the many reasons to grow, as people of faith, our most important desire may be to share our good news. Why else are we here if not to share? And what good news do we have? Anybody? My good news is that we are unique, friendly, and kind people. That's good news to me. When looking at growth, many point to the megachurch, a complex organization with thousands of members. What are they doing that is so attractive? To start, I noticed the difference between the periphery and what I call inside the bubble. The periphery is fuzzy, composed of casual visitors and hangers-on and Sunday service attendees who do not venture deeper. And inside the bubble, we see that a megachurch is not a single-cell organism. It's really a network of many small group ministries, people working toward a common mission, each with their own specific goals, building close relationships by osmosis, a diffusion of intimacy by way of their proximity. In the megachurch, most everyone is a stranger to each other, but a friendly stranger, a stranger with much in common. I've been humming a tune this past week. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. The theme song of the TV show Cheers. It's not possible to know everybody's name in the megachurch. I can think of 3 ways for people to know your name. Number 1, stand out in the crowd, be famous, make it your business to be involved in everyone else's business. Number 2 is my favorite, wear a name tag. And thank you very much for doing that. And then number 3, which is actually my real favorite, become part of a small group. It takes real courage to come in from the periphery to the bubble. Marge Piercy writes, connections are made slowly. Sometimes they grow underground. You cannot tell always by looking what is happening. More than half a tree is spread out in the soil under your feet. Penetrate quietly as the earthworm that blows no trumpet. Close quote. Before we look at different kinds of group, let's acknowledge there are different kinds of temperaments. I admit I'm an extrovert. I get energy from being around people, meeting people, working with people, and sometimes by standing out in a crowd. But I also need my private space, my alone time, my deep introverted reflection. So now I call myself an omnivert. I'm in a state of constant flux between being the center of attention and disappearing quietly in a corner. And no matter where you consider yourself on your spiritual journey, I want to invite you to gently venture into this fellowship and find a place that feels right for you. There is a small group spectrum that ranges from casual to formal. Each group has different goals, different styles of leadership, and different expectation of members. The most casual kind of group is the area of random socialization. Some people love them, some people hate them. Coffee hours, potlucks, ad hoc gatherings, chance meetings at the Hy-Vee. There's room for everyone that just shows up. Then there are task-oriented groups, symbolized by hands. These groups are all about action, getting things done. Committees and teams formed for specific responsibility. There are debate groups, symbolized by the head. This kind of group likes to explore ideas and questions. Armed with academic resources, these thinkers spark thoughts and try to persuade others. There are discussion groups, symbolized by the heart. These groups are concerned with feelings, usually centered around a common book. By sharing stories, they create a sense of community. There are discernment groups, sometimes called covenant groups or soul matters groups, symbolized by the soul, the deep self. These groups ask for a commitment to finding inner wisdom through regular practice. There are support groups, symbolized by our wounds. These groups bond by shared experiences or conditions, such as identity, ability, disease, grief, and 12-step recovery programs. This fellowship proudly hosts an AA group here at noon, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. And finally, one of the most formal types of group is a therapy group, symbolized by a diagnosis. Under the direction of a professional counselor, these groups work directly with people in an active therapeutic relationship. And it's important for us to remember that none of the groups we interact with here at this fellowship offer therapy. We are not here to fix, advise, diagnose, or set anyone on the straight and narrow path. Many of us can benefit from therapy, and many of us have, including me. But we need to be clear that this religious community is concerned with spiritual growth. The issues we explore may touch upon tender subjects, but we are not a substitute for professional care. There is a variety of groups active now in this fellowship, and the website calendar has a list of things going on, and Over time, we want to share more of that information so people know what is available. And in the tasks area right now, there are urgent needs for new people interested in maintaining the building, helping with finance, advising personnel, coordinating music, and caring for membership. We need people who are both planners and doers. But the business of staying in business, although important, is not all we do. This fellowship is a member of the Soul Matters Sharing Circle, a collective of over 150 Unitarian Universalist congregations that share resources around a common theme in our Sunday services, in our religious education, and in our small groups. Soul Matters discernment groups have been a part of the Ames UU Fellowship for many years. Each fall, participants who want to commit to a discipline of deep listening and meaningful sharing are invited to join the program. Each group of 6 to 8 people is guided by a facilitator, specially trained to keep the group focused on the theme. Each group then engages in confidential, free-ranging, and often revelatory conversation, revealing things to yourself, and if you choose, to reveal to others. We're currently looking for people who would be interested in facilitating or joining a Soul Matters group this fall. And an announcement will be coming in the next few weeks about the program. But wherever you're coming from, it takes courage to move in, to come in and find yourself. So right after our service today, I welcome anyone who feels like a newcomer to grab a cup of coffee and join me in the library for an informal conversation. You may have been coming here for years, or this might be your very first time. But if you feel like a newcomer, please find some courage to join me in the library, which is just outside the fellowship hall. Your assignment this week, should you choose to accept it, is to ask yourself, where are you in this community? Are you on the periphery? Are you inside the bubble? Does everybody know your name? Do you have the courage to listen deeply to other people without trying to fix their problems? And what can you do to help someone else make a new connection? As Jackie Clement writes, quote, "Sometimes what seems most solid and stable is only an illusion of stability. Things that appear most ethereal, that may seem to be the toughest to grasp, are in fact the most stable and secure. Love, faith, and community may seem to be intangible ideals, but if nurtured, they can serve as the very bedrock of our lives." Close quote. A small gathering of imperfect human beings may appear ethereal, here today, gone tomorrow. But in fact, these small groups can be the bedrock, the foundation, the faithful support for our life's journey. If I can release my fear of being capsized and do my part to help keep the boat afloat by sharing my own sense of balance, I might discover the mystery of letting go and going with the flow. May it be so. Amen. And please rise in body or spirit for our closing song. Song is Let the Peace That Is in Me.
I think you're going to get words again. But this is a very simple song inspired by some words by Lao Tzu. So let the peace that is in me touch the peace that is in you. Let our peace together grow, lasting peace throughout the world. And then we'll just substitute in for me and you, and everything else stays the same. So this is an actual call and response song that I will sing, and you will sing back to me. Let the peace that is in me, let the peace that is in me, touch the peace that is in you. Sorry, touch the peace that is in you. Let our peace together grow. Let our peace together grow. Lasting peace throughout the world. Lasting peace throughout the world. Now, don't get married to the words on the screen again, because we're just going to do the same thing, but we're going to sing it with children and elders. And Amy's going to cue you in. Let the peace within our children. Let the peace within our children. Touch the peace within our elders. Touch the peace within our elders. Let our peace together grow. Let our peace together grow. Lasting peace throughout the world. Lasting peace throughout the world. Friends, neighbors, let the peace within our friends. Let the peace within our friends. Touch the peace within our neighbors. Touch the peace within our neighbors. Let our peace together grow. Let our peace together grow. Lasting peace throughout the world. Lasting peace throughout the world. Cities, nations, let the peace within our cities. Let the peace within our cities. Touch the peace within our nations. Touch the peace within our nations. Let our peace together grow. Let our peace together grow. Lasting peace throughout the world. Lasting peace throughout. Me, you, let the peace that is in me. Let the peace that is in me. Touch the peace that is in you. Touch the peace that is in you. Let our peace together grow. Lasting peace throughout the world. Together, lasting peace throughout the world.
Our closing words are from Reverend Gretchen Haley. For this one moment, know that you are loved. Know that you are safe and whole. Know that you belong here, here among us, here upon this earth, in your body, however tired or broken your heart may be, whatever fear, disappointment, or anger you carry. Feel the presence of others surrounding you, breathing beside you and with you, discovering together the way our voices rise and fall together in harmony, in hope. Claim here a resilient freedom, the choice for love, for light, to live with joy and gratitude and praise as a form of resistance. And we extinguish this chalice today, knowing that we are not alone in this beloved community. Go now in peace.